What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas. Gonna do something a little different today. Out here with Miss Kenna. Where are you at? Up at Manchester Park, Manchester, Missouri. This is the Paul Shroeder disc golf course. Come here. She's my companion, my disc golf companion sometimes. And maybe try to get some highlights. It's a pretty beautiful little hike here. Hope everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. Hopefully we can get some decent footage, maybe sink some putts, maybe a little Christmas miracle ace, I don't know. Not likely, considering my game, my skills. So here's hole number one, the tee pad, as we approach. It's a pretty sweet little course. There's a practice basket over here. It's really hard for me to see because it's so sunny right now, but let's get this show on the road. Hole number one, right around 260 feet. If you got a good forehand, it's not too terribly difficult. If you've got a nice Anheuser backhand. As a right-handed player, also not very difficult. Or you can try a hyzer over here through the right side gap. I don't have a tripod with me, so I don't know that I'll be able to get much footage, but I'll see what I can do. First things first, got a fresh disc for Miss Kenna. It'll be destroyed before the round is over. Here you go, sweetie. Good girl. Merry Christmas, sweetie. Ready? Free. Good girl. Good girl. Alright. Let's wear you out a little bit. Come here. Come here. Free. Good girl. How we wear out Miss Kenna so she doesn't chase stuff off the lead. Pretty decent. I'll just keep it rolling. This might be one of my best ever forehand tee shots on this hole. This was pretty crazy. And I caught it on video. Yeah, that was almost a Christmas miracle in itself. Nice little 15-footer for birdie. Well, I'm not gonna lie, somebody showed up behind me and I felt a little rushed, so I missed that putt. This is par 3, right around 200. This is 250, I don't know how accurate that is. Typically I hit one of these first trees, but I like to try and play a little hyzer flip with this super understable putter. We'll see how it plays out. Here, sweetie. Get back. Get back. Get back. Not very understable today. Just for the heck of it. Well, that was two pretty horrible shots. Guess I should probably get a tripod so I don't have to keep trying to jerry-rig my phone in between some discs that are sticking out of the top of my bag. That would be more ideal. But you know what? It is what it is. So, this is my second shot. Pretty wretched. And my first shot's over there in the woods, so being the honest disc golfer that I am, I'm gonna go track down old Red, see if we can find it. I guess I just didn't get enough pop on that in order to get it to turn over. Threw it with a pretty extreme hyzer. Here we go. Well, that was interesting. The only other person out here on the course was another guy with a dog, and he was recording all of his shots. What are the chances of that? I don't know if that's kind of sad or if we're just a couple of unique guys throwing some discs on Christmas Day. I spent Christmas morning with my son, and now he's with his mom. So I'll see him a little bit later, and I think we're going to get out and play as well. But I really just kind of wanted to bring Miss Kenna out here and give her a nice Christmas hike. So hole number 3 says it's 276 feet down through that group of trees. I think it probably plays more like 200 feet, but we'll see. Surprised because I normally way overshoot this hole. Before I do that. Guess I should probably stop saying that I'm parked before. Oh, well, there it is. Probably gonna miss this putt too. Let's see if I can set up the camera somewhere so we can capture this miss. And I hear my disc rolling all the way down the hill. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, baby blue. Good Lord, if I could get the zoom right on the camera. I'm kind of afraid to go back and watch the footage because apparently I've had it on either 1.5 or 2x zoom pretty much this whole time. Walking up to, well, so they just recently added 9 more holes to the course here. I'll be playing the original 9, so I don't feel like losing any discs in the very unmanicured new holes. So this is it's playing the further pin location all the way back. Kind of see it there in the middle. So it's about 310 feet. I try to throw a putter here sometimes, or maybe a mid-range. I'll probably throw a few different discs and we'll see what happens. This is what I typically throw as my super straight, understable-ish putter. Probably hit about 800 trees at this point, so it's extremely beat in. After this, I'm going to throw leopard 3 and then ESP buzz. So what I like to do is I try to get this to hyzer flip and then have it just finish off to the right. If I can throw it hard enough and get enough pop on it. Short, but that's basically the flight path that I'm looking for. Throw my ESP buzz next. Similar throw, should kind of get me maybe 50 to 75 more feet, which would be perfect. Oh, way more stable than the keystone. I think I put a lot of hyzer on that on accident. Then I got the old champion leopard 3, fairly beat in, but not as much as I would like. I had an FD that I lost up at Jefferson Barracks that was by far my favorite disc, super straight. Don't think I'm going to get that one back, even though it has my name and number on it, because those discs are pretty difficult to find right now until they start making the Discmania originals at a higher rate. So we'll see. I guess I'll try to put a little anhyzer on this and have it cut through the gap over to the right. Decent distance, but too far to the right. Yeah, again, this is probably one of my favorite holes, and now the new number 4, instead of going straight off the tee pad, you go directly to the left, up the hill, and then you venture around up through there, but I don't really feel like dealing with that right now. A lot of those new holes, like, you're really not even rewarded for landing in circle 1 and there's a ton of leaves on the ground, so when you're by yourself and you're throwing multiple drives like this, you just risk losing discs, and yeah, not something I want to deal with. It's been a pretty good day so far. So I'd like to keep it that way. Really beautiful park, though. Sorry. Aiming down that whole time. Kenna! Oh, so close. Good try. Alright, if I have a decent putt here, I'll try to get some footage, but pretty sure one disc would have given me a good opportunity. Hyzered out. Faded off to the left pretty hardcore. So the search begins. I actually scrambled pretty well on those upshots from probably like 75, 80 feet from each of those. So I got my keystone, I threw a little thumber up over the foliage because I didn't have a direct shot, and then my putting aviar is back over here. Gotta get those reps in. Hole number 5. The hole that I love to hate because it seems like it should be pretty easy. Straight shot over the little hill, but typically doesn't work out that way. I'm gonna throw this beat up glow buzz and then my ESP buzz. Scoot back, sweetie. Scoot. 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 Over here. Get. Come here. Good girl. Safe. That was actually pretty decent. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. That's what happens more times than not. Or I smoke one of these trees. I think just outside the circle, a little tester putt here. We'll see what happens. Typically I like to putt with this aviar KC Pro, but I don't know, it doesn't feel quite as good as this one from a putting perspective sometimes. It's probably just in my head. Had one birdie so far. Alright, hole number 6. This is the only par 4 on the course when it's in the secondary pin location, which it is today. Kind of hard to tell, but there's a mandatory you have to be left of that and then kind of dog legs to the right a little bit. So first I'm going to throw my super understable blade about as close as I can get to the old FD that I had, and then the leopard, and then maybe I'll try to throw a forehand if I can avoid throwing my shoulder out. That means I would have to re-tee, which is what I'm going to do. Well, that was fortunate. Definitely needed Champion beast, forehand, see what happens. Man, it is pretty beautiful today. About 60-ish degrees. Yesterday it was like 70. Perfect day for disc golf. And chilling with Miss Kenna. Oh. Yeah, so I didn't make this mandatory left, which means you would have to re-tee. It was looking like a good flight path too, until it wasn't, which actually was not very long after I threw it. And smoked one of these trees. Here we go. Yeah, I got a favorable bounce, but again, that tee shot doesn't matter. So, let's see if we can find the beast. It's right up there, kind of by that tree. And the old leopard 3 is chilling down here. This is actually where the alternate pin location would be if it was on the par 3 mode. So that would have been a really good shot right here. Still, you know, all things considered, this is a pretty easy birdie look. See what happens. So the forest floor up there by the hole is pretty slick, and I like to throw the keystone because it's pretty gummy, so it'll just hit and hopefully not skip too much. That should be okay. No low test for birdie. Actually, no, I lied. That would not be for birdie. That would be for par, since I had to technically take a stroke and re-tee. So the beast drive, though, I'll play that one as if it was a legit first shot. Almost have an eagle look, but just gonna try to lay it up for an easy birdie. That'll do. Saved and a legitimate birdie, kind of. All right, here we are walking up to hole number 7. This might be one of the most challenging holes on the course, in my opinion, just because of, depending on where the pin location is, the short pin location, you can already see it up over here to the right over the hill, it's halfway up or down a hill. So you've got to have amazing touch, which in terms of disc golf I don't have. Alright, yeah, the secondary pin location is down here. Kind of see that right in the middle. So, gonna try to make something out of this. We'll see what happens. So, didn't smoke any trees, which is typically what happens. I usually hit that tree or any number of those. So I was trying to baby it through and didn't quite cut to the right turn as much as I wanted, which is fine. I actually might be pin high, which would be great. So I don't really particularly like putting downhill here, which is normally what happens. Oh, no. This is not what we wanted. Hole number 8. The sign says 266 in pin position A, but it's more like 166. This hole is like my bane. Pretty much straight shot. Yeah, I just have a natural not straight shot, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna throw the keystone first. And then my Yeti Pro aviar that's kind of beaten into a little straight. Oh. Dude, I literally always go deep on this hole, and I pretty much barely threw that. Man, those are probably 2 of the highest quality shots I've ever had on this hole, but it's just really difficult. That distance is difficult for me to get it straight, but not long. So, yeah. Pretty much barely threw those, and I don't know, it's probably edge of circle. Yeah, I should make these putts, but I think we all know that most likely that's not going to happen. Maybe it'll be a Christmas miracle. Second one never counts. That was miraculous. Yeah, that's how it usually goes. Alright, we made it to hole number 9. It's playing 265 is what it says. Uphill the whole way. I'm going to throw my glow buzz that's super understable. Then I'm going to throw my champion leopard 3 and then my champion beast. We'll see what happens. Isn't she so beautiful? You're beautiful. Scoot back. If that was in the close pin position, that would have been by far the best drive I've ever had on this hole. Still should give me a look at birdie, but basically you've got the closer pin positions just on the other side of that group of bushes, and then about 50 feet or so further up the hill is the secondary pin. So ideally I'm just trying to go straight at it, hit the gap. This time around, but that felt like a pretty decent release, I will say. Now for the long trek up the hill. You gonna catch this? Ready? Free. Good girl. So, as frustrating as it is to not make the shot you want to make, whenever you're trying to get better at a skill, consistency is probably one of the most important things, because then it's a lot easier to figure out what you need to correct. And if you can consistently make the same incorrect action or move, then you can go back and make some adjustments. So maybe I should study some of this footage, see what happens. So as you walk up around the bushes, that was my first drive, and if the tee were in its A position, be right here. So that's probably definitely the best shot I've ever had on this hole. Unfortunately, I typically don't play this pin position, or I don't put it out, because this whole area is poison ivy during spring and summer, and I'm horribly allergic to poison ivy, so it's not really worth the risk. Now let's see if we can come up with a Christmas miracle, probably like 40 feet or so. Christmas miracle number, I don't know what we're at right now, but given the number of decent shots that I've had so far today, it's been a good Christmas so far. Hope you've enjoyed this, and see what happens. That would have been pretty sweet, you have to admit. The old jump putt. Pretty happy with that effort though. Are you happy too? Hey, Kenna? Bring me your disc. Good girl. Free. Good fetch. Good fetch. You do too. Free. Yes, she can. Merry Christmas, everybody.